Hey, Denarius.
Hey, John.
How you doing?
Good now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, John, your sword is so big.
Let's talk football.
I feel like we can run the table. I really do.
Giants looking for a stop. They're going to air it out. Rodgers does this better than anybody. End zone, Cobb, touchdown! Unbelievable! This to send the Packers into the NFC Championship game. It is good! The Packers are moving on. Aaron Rodgers has done it again.
Grossi Posse Packer Nation! Welcome to Season 3 of Packast. I am your host, Tom Grossi. Thank you so much for watching, and let's dive right into it. Please excuse my tardiness in starting this season. Game of Thrones ran a little bit late. We had to do a little Game of Toms, but now Game of Thrones season has ended, and it's all aboard the Packers season, baby. And listen, Season 3 of Packast. Gonna be the darkest, the craziest season yet. I promise you. We're gonna be doing giveaways. We're gonna be doing prediction episodes. I had to read what I wrote down because I forgot in my own mind what I was doing with my own show. But don't worry about it. We might have dementia. Also, big announcement coming in because this has been asked for the past 2 seasons. We originally started with Packast, just doing it on SoundCloud, just doing it on iTunes. Last year we pivoted a little bit and we put one episode of the 2 weekly episodes on YouTube, and we also are now on Google Play Music as well. After a bunch of messages of you guys asking to put both episodes on YouTube, we will be doing that. So now every single episode of Packast will be available on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, and also YouTube. So, in case you didn't want to go listen to it on SoundCloud or iTunes for whatever reason, you can come right here and get your dose. So that means that the weekly interviews that we have with the fans from the opposing teams, they'll be here on YouTube. So I'm very excited about that. YouTube was a fantastic way to reach out and talk to you and interact with you guys, the fans, who have amazingly supported this show. We have about 30,000 listeners at this point, and I absolutely love you for that, and thank you so much. And listen, Packast, we're going to keep on going up straight to the top. And this season is going to end with a Super Bowl win in Minnesota, which I will be there. If the Packers are there, I'm there. I might, have to sell a house or two, and I don't even own this house, but I might have to sell it, right? Like, if my wife comes out to me and is like, I'm pregnant, I'm going to miss my newborn's birth to go to that Super Bowl, just so the Packers could win in the new Vikings Stadium, and I can forever be on top of the world. So that's what you're looking at for this season. And again, a big thank you for everybody who watches this every single week and comments. I love talking to you. Now, also, it's the preseason. Like, I'm excited that football's back, but I can't really get super duper pumped about the preseason because it doesn't really matter. But it's nice to see, like, the roster spots filling out. For example, what's fantastic is all the injuries. Why can't the Packers just be healthy for once? I think 2014 was the last time that we were super duper healthy. But Clay Matthews, he's injured. Mike McCarthy's not really saying anything about it, but we don't know the severity of it. But, with Clay Matthews, it's not really a matter of if he's going to get injured. It's a matter of when. So let's see how much time he's missing, which, again, this is going to play into, are we going to re-sign Clay Matthews? I'm thinking no, because he's going to be demanding a big contract. And listen, Clay, as much as I love you, you are hurt all the time. I mean, all the time. You're missing games. because your thumb or your hamstring or, they ran out of Head and Shoulders, so your hair wasn't looking so good. I mean, it's frustrating. But we'll see as the season continues, and hopefully Clay just has a speedy recovery and he kicks ass this season. Nick Perry is also injured, but it seems not to be that serious. Will not need surgery. Also, last week you had Brian Bulaga going down, which, of course, because our O-line depth is basically as thick as this sheet of paper right here. Even though Mike McCarthy's like, no, we got we got the best offensive line. We got all the depth. I don't mean I'm comparing him to Donald Trump, but listen, we need Bulaga. We need him to play. He doesn't need surgery, which is fantastic, but we don't have a timetable on him. I don't know if he's going to be ready for week 1 as it is fastly approaching, but we'll keep you posted on that. In other news, Ty Montgomery's looking pretty damn good at running back. I know that he is kind of the wild card, and the Packers drafting 3 running backs doesn't really promote faith that they have in Ty Montgomery, but the guy's gotten jacked. And he's been looking good. He's been making cuts. He's breaking out. I think he had like a 25-yard run against the Broncos. So he has been looking good. I'm hopeful that he can just maintain that position. Jamal Williams behind him, of course. He's the up-and-comer as well. So we'll see what winds up shaking out with the running back deal. Jordy Nelson, in a recent interview, said that he was only going to do 2 to 4 more years on the Packers. That makes me a sad panda. Jordy Nelson, oh God, the Packers without Jordy Nelson. Listen, we have plenty of people that can play wide receiver that are up and coming. Devontae Adams, of course, after his huge breakout season last year. We still have Cobb, who I think is going to rebound this year. You have fast guys like Trevor Davis. You have Jeff Janis, who keeps making plays despite himself. So we have the talent, but Jordy Nelson is something else. And when he's on the field, the Packers are just a different team. And so I hope it's more close to 4 years, because if in 2 years we're not talking about Jordy Nelson being on the Packers, it's going to be a sad, sad day. But looking at the preseason, which again, I don't put so much faith and stock into, the secondary does look better. I'm going to say that right off the gate, which is, again, the biggest problem is always the defense. The secondary does look good. We do need pass rushers. We need to get to the quarterback more. But the secondary looks at its hold. You have like Gunter, who was our number 1 guy because everyone just died of our defensive backs last year. He was our number 1 guy when he should have been our number 4. He's kind of dropped down the depth chart, which I am very much okay with, because if that means that our number 4 or 5 guy is back down to number 4 or 5, that means that we have 4 or 3 guys above him. So I'm hoping for a big season from Randall and Rollins, and we'll see what happens. Also, Clinton-Dix is in a contract year. I see him getting re-signed. He's going to get a major payday, but he's by far the most talented defensive back that we have, by far. So we'll see. Again, the defense always makes me nervous. The run defense, against the Broncos, it looked a little meh. CJ Anderson literally walked into the end zone at the end of the first quarter. But again, I'm not putting as much emphasis because it is just the preseason. But when they're playing the Seahawks, I want them to be stuffing Lacey every single 5 minutes, just like Lacey stuffs hot dogs into his mouth. But that's what, just going to give you a heads up. I'm still alive. We're still here. I'm going to come back with our first official episode. It's going to be Thursday, September 7th, in which we will be on all those platforms that I have already mentioned, all of those mediums. We will have an interview with the Seahawks fan Thursday, September 7th, which is also opening day, baby, for the NFL, as we'll see the Patriots, RIP Julian Edelman, take on the Chiefs. Now, I have to say, I do really feel bad for the Patriots, and I know that no one has ever said that ever unless you're a Patriots fan. But losing Edelman kind of gives me PTSD and brings me back to when we lost Jordy. And it's crappy, again, to lose somebody in the preseason in a non-contact injury. And so my heart goes out to the Patriots fans. I'm sure you'll find some random guy off the street in New England and you'll make him into a superstar, because that's what Bill Belichick does. You could always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com, TomGrossi Comedy, or at Tom Grossi Comedy on Twitter. We're going to be on everything. So if you want just more and more Packast, be here. We're going to be doing predictions. We're going to be doing giveaways. We're going to be doing lots of stuff this season. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week when we are at the dawning of a new season in which the Packers, I'm going to get another newspaper, I'm going to print it out, and I'm going to have it framed and says the Packers are Super Bowl champions once again, but this time in Minnesota, and the Vikings can shove it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.